on is Andy Davo's Khornes versus a very competent Dark Elf coached by Purple Chest. Excuse me.
Hey, join
So we'll
the
accept
party!
We'll go heads. Do we want to receive the kickoff? Absolutely. So we are facing into 2 Witch Elves with Wrestle. We've got 3 Blitzers with Dodge. We've got a leader runner. And then we've got 5 Line Elves. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. There's only 11 players. Wow. That's because what Purple Chest has got is 3 rerolls down here. And they're also deploying an Apothecary. So there's 11 players with basically a 12th. On my side, we'll just go to look at mine. I've gone for 12 players.
I love Cauliflower. I do. Genuinely.
And I've got a big guy with block, 4 Bloodseekers. That's these guys here.
I won't change my mind, because I don't have to. Because I'm an American.
Hello,
I
Salamander.
won't change my mind on anything, regardless of the facts that are set out before me.
And they have got strength 4, they've got block, and they've also got frenzy.
You alright, mate? Cheeky bastard.
Then we've also got 4 Corngors, and they are effectively beastmen, but also where they've got Juggernaut. 2 have got guard with the G symbol. We've got 1 with the SH, which is sure hands, and then we've got a naked one there. And then we've got 3, although they look slightly different. They're basically hobgoblins with frenzy. So they're 6/3/3, 4+ passing, AV 7+, and they have also got frenzy. So they are quite exciting. Right.
So he has, he's scarping.
So first of all, let's go and fetch everything onto the field. Sure hands, guard. There we go. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we'll go with 5. Block. On the outside, guard on the outside. There we go. So, a slightly different defense actually from me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah. 3 bludgeoning blitzers. I'm not really expecting to chip a blitzer this early on. With the guys in the middle. Ultimately, I think what we're looking to try and do is get a 3 dice block on a lineman. We'll play with that. I don't want to have to go walk backwards to fetch the ball, so the guy is slightly further back. Ooh, get the ref. Blimey. Okay. Haha. Okay. So we're just going to go and stand near the ball here. Literally, that's it. So get the ref. Do you know what? I think the big guy should have been off-centered. Yeah, big guy should really have been off-centered here. Never mind. I've got to consider that if we don't roll a double skull, that I'm okay to eat it. That's got to be the consideration here. And at the moment, I don't think that's a true statement, right? I don't think that is true. There we go. That makes it a lot safer. So we rolled them both down. I think we just punch line it in the square that it's in. And then we need a 3 dice from the big and bad. And move. Right, block action on you. Didn't get the kill. Didn't get the kill. End move. We'll blitz here. So yeah, to go for it, foul. That's fine. So blitz. From there. Push it back, stay put, and turn. Right, now foul action. I don't think I can move you, actually. No, we're going to have to send turn there. Shirato says, what are your thoughts about a top-tier coach using the boat formation? Ever so slightly awkward to have the ball on the floor versus turn 1 versus Elves. It's certainly not ideal. Yeah, it's definitely not where I want to be. What are my thoughts on the lino? So I think he's the right thing to do to put the linos on, because if you put the blitzers on, I've got a really good chance of knocking him over. Or at least knocking one of them over. And the 3 blitz, the engine room of the Dark Elf team is the 3 blitzers and the 2 Witch Elves, right? So if you've got 5 good players, do you want to be offering me the opportunity to knock out one of the top 5 players turn 1? I would argue no. Not against Khorne, right? Not against, like, if you're only going to give away 3 hits across the whole of the line of scrimmage because you put, I don't know, like you've also actually got to go super aggressive, right? You've got to go blitzer, 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 there. They're there. And then you've got to go players here and players here to try and dissuade me from attacking. And even then, does it? I don't think so. They can witch blitz 2D scatter. I think that's what he's playing for here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 dice. Scatter ball, cause problems. Oh yeah. Because you've got to use that to stand up. So the ball's going to get scattered. The ball has indeed been scattered. Got away with it. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I guess we didn't want to go here, right? It was where? There. There was a 3 in 8 chance of that being fucking shit. This is incredibly all in, isn't it? Well, we're going to get a great game. Leader reroll there deployed. Bloody hell. Okay. Oh, holy shag pile. Wow. Well, fuckity do. That's 3D, and I think we got to throw that block fairly early on in the turn ordering. We need to free the sure hands. You're going to punch there. That means you're going to be able to punch that out of the way. So we can start with the really obvious stuff. Fine. Cool. You know we're going to have to go that way. Yep. Okay, he's out. Or not. He is out. Can we get lucky and find a POW? We can. Okay.
Your knowledge of scientific biological transmogrifications is only outmatched by your zest for kung fu treachery.
We want to free the sure hands. We want to free the sure hands. Strength 4 goes there. There. Ball's going to go there. So if we blitz this, 1, 2, 3, push this away. I can pivot around that. I'm almost a player short here. So can I do this? Can I do this same move with a player less? Action. Let's put the two guards together. Let's put you there. Not ideal, but not terrible.
You know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do you?
Don't want to follow up on that block. No. Right, so now we can blitz there. So, blitz. Oh, bonus POW. Ooh, hello. Apothecary deployed. Shit. That's a reroll. Oh, shit. Captain Shagpile to the rescue. That's terrible. Damn it. Casual little 1 in 81. I was gonna foul the guy stood next to the ball. That's why we were doing that. And I thought the 1 in 81 was less likely to go wrong than the foul. Wotan says, man, this is rough watching on a phone. I can imagine. Wotan, if there's anything, or in fact anybody wants me to look and narrate in terms of what the fucking hell is going on, I'll happily point it out to you. So I'll give you a quick recap of where we're at. So we've currently got 1 out. We've knocked out 1 lineman. The apothecary was deployed to save this wrestle witch elf. So that's gone now. We've both got a bribe from the kickoff event. The ball is currently held on a Pestigore or a Beastman with sure hands. There is a guard in front of it, and there is a guard that's fell over just below it. So there's 2 guards there. Unfortunately, this one's not standing. Thankfully, however, that one is also not standing. Over here, we've got rookie, 2 dodge blitzers being marked by a triumvirate of 3 of my strength 4 players, which makes moving them out of the way a bit of a challenge. The wrestle witch is stunned, so we've only got the dodge blitzer on this side. We've got a downed lineman over here. We've got this L here. So he stood that up. That's interesting. So if he's going to come in on the ball, which it's looking like he's going to try, it looks like he's going to come in this direction. Oh, it gets the POW. So it's now 3 up, 2 dice uphill. 3 up with dodge, 2 dice uphill. Let me be more clear. Yeah.
No! God, please,
That makes it.
No! No!
Fuck's sake. Hi, I'd like some shit dice, please. So that was 25%. It's going to go there, obviously. Now the scatter is critical. Oh, that's a wank scatter. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, that's gone wrong, hasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can be away with this. And he'll get a screen piece as well. Oh, fuckity do. What can you do, eh? What can you do? You need to not roll the 1 and 81 there. And this is fine if you don't roll that 1 and 81. And there was nothing I could do to defend it either. I know. That is annoying. That is really annoying. Oh dear. Well, you need to do the blitz, and I somehow need to find a piece that can go and stand there and provide an assist. 1, 2. Well, I don't see you standing up and going anywhere, so stand up and then move. I also don't see you standing up and going anywhere, so stand up and then move. Right, they're actions I don't have to waste time thinking about. We could block here, and I can push the sure hands to there. Oh god, that's got dodge.
Certainty of death? Small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Alright. Okay. So, big guy's probably not going to block this turn. So if we go here, I can go there. If I roll a push, I could maybe get you to go there, actually. Yeah, maybe that's the play. So let's lock out what could happen. Oh, we didn't find the push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Right, so big guy doesn't do anything. So you will be having to move. Let's get you around the corner. You're not going anywhere. So I've got 3 left. Right. Fun times. So that's both my rerolls gone. And we failed to find a POW on 4 dice. So now we're a bit fucked. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. This is all too easy, isn't it? And I think that's everybody apart from you. Yeah. Well, that sucks. This is horribly wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. Can you guys hear the argument downstairs, by the way, or not? No, but tell us more. No, it's just child being argumentative. What was that? A roll? Push. Okay, so it looks like it's me a score. Yep, it's a score. So that was scored on turn 3. One and 18 is normally 3 dice block when you fail without block, typically.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby, let's go. Get a home run, baby.
Well,
Love the Mets.
this is a real problem now because we are we're playing this without a reroll, which fucking sucks. Which really fucking sucks. And we're going to have to push this pretty hard. Oh, 1 and 18 is the approximate send-off with a bribe. Right, gotcha. I mean, this is still fixable. It is still fixable. Okay. I guess it doesn't really change anything. And set up. Does he catch the ball? No. Okay. So typically we'll do something like that to try and give us a bit of width. I do want to make this 3 dice if I can possibly find a way of doing it, even if it's 3 into 2, I suppose. Although that would give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The ball's going to end up going there. So we're going to need a guard in here. So that screens that side. Blitz here. There's a foul. Big guy not being the most harmful. We'll cover that side now. Foul action. Do you want to argue the call? Yes, I would like to argue the call, please. Ah, argue the call works. Okay. So we're playing into 9. That was my turn 4. We got turn 5, 6, 7, and 8 left. I got 4 left. And we still do have the bribe. Hello, JD. Also, argue the call is an instant turnover. So even if you roll a 6, that was going to be a turnover. But because it was my last action, I didn't care. Another reason for trying to do all the actions towards the foul at the end. Oh, dirtbag. Oh, trips and rushes. So he's saving all his rerolls. All of his rerolls, ladies and gentlemen, all of them are being saved for some sort of reroll party at the end of the half. Well, let's go for this blitzer here. So, oh, there's a cheeky little pow. Still haven't broken on with that guy yet, but we're working on it. So I'm probably going to stick the ball, stick it around there. So if you go there, man can go there. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can go there. We can probably pick the whole cage up and move it, I think. That was a lot of squares to bring this straight away. And the idea is you bring this as far forward as possible, as quickly as possible. Going to foul that in the head, for sure. Foul it there. And do a foul action. And he's knocked out. And turn. So that was turn 5. We managed to go from here to there. The elves will get in the way. We've still got a decent position. We'll probably switch centrally. We might end up, if he overcommits, going this way. Equally, he might now commit to a foul, right? That's a totally viable elf strategy tactique. I'll tell you what I do see, which is blitz here, pushing here, pushing here, pushing here. Because you hit it with frenzy, you end up going there, and then you get to 2 dice me here. So if you want to stick the wrestle witch around the back, you can do 2 dice, pushing this wrestle witch into that gap there. PC not going for that line of play. Dodge reroll has gone off on that player there. Oh, reroll spent to stop the rush because that was a go for it fail. Where's the blitz? I'm predicting the blitz is here. Oh, there isn't one. No, I'd say there isn't one. Interesting. No blitz. No blitz. Right, turn 6 for us. We need to centralize into this area here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where's the ball going? So if the ball could go there, where can the ball get to? So the ball can be kind of like here. It's only marginally further forward than it was, but that's where it's got to go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to go there. So we need a cage piece there. Cool. Now we need to put you in the back end of that. So you're going to go there. Now all we need to do is find something to go and stand in that gap there. Double up the guards just in case this doesn't work. You get to go and stand there. So we're going to blitz with a big guy. This will be a big guy blitz. Ooh. Oh, haha, he's rolled a 1. Oh no, he hasn't rolled a 1. It looked like he'd rolled a 1, and then he hasn't. Whew. I thought we'd rolled a 1, and then I realised we were fucking awesome. No 1s were rolled here. And I don't want to give away all of my agency to run south, so we'll keep you in that totally blitzable position there. What quality of elf is critical elf? James Jenks, holy shit! Hello, James! Oh, he didn't growl. Mr. Jenks, how's the little one? We're nearly at critical elf. Sort of. I don't think we're at full critical elf. He's not going to 2 dice uphill me, is he? Dirtbag. No. And I was trying to scroll the screen around there. I was pressing the WASD keys. Oh, screen's locked. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put the ball there. Can you get there, actually? Whoops, no. Okay, that's quite lucky. Should be able to get a foul off on this. So I'm going to try and stand there. Let's get you there and move. Move action, get you in the corner. So now you're in the pocket. Does the big guy want to move? Nope. Not freely anyway. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think we get a guard around the corner. Get a guard somewhere safe, because that's just helping protect stuff. Then we need big guy into. You must put the guard in there, don't you? Because that doesn't change anything. Putting the strength 4 in here doesn't really actually change anything. left myself a gap. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Houston, we have a fucking problem. So what happened there was I went to argue to call, and instead of rolling a 6, which is what we rolled on the first one, I rolled a 1. And the 1, of course, is the classic example of when you fucking get kicked out. So, yeah. Houston, we have a problem. However, we've still got the bribe. So you go 2 dice. This is 1 dice into 2 dice uphill. That's a skull. That's a pow. This is probably going to go off the field. Oh. Okay. From unlucky to kind of lucky. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, we do have no rerolls. That is true. We are in considerable reroll-based jeopardy. Last reroll deployed from the Elves. So now nobody's got any rerolls. Well, we're going to need to avoid a 1 in 9 into another avoidance of 1 in 9. So let's start with avoiding a 1 in 9. Then we can avoid a 1 in 9. This isn't as straightforward as it might look. Because we're going to need a push on the first dice. So my options are blitz here. I think that's the blitz. I think that's got to be the blitz, hasn't it? Yeah. So we'll blitz there. Push you out of the way. Push you out of the way. Does it change anything to follow the block? I suppose not. And turn. Right, we've now got 1, 2, 3, 6. I can actually get round that way. So now we can score. Why have you made this more complicated? I don't know if you guys have met me, but more complicated is my middle name. more than a touch lucky, I suppose. So you can do 2 dice, 1 dice, 1 dice. So I think what we don't want to see here is a 3. How much bunch do I have? I've got 12, so I've got 11 now. So I'm playing off 11, he's playing off 10, 9. Oh fuck. Oh no. Well, at least it's gone deep. Oh no. So what just happened there was we were on turn 8 of the final half, the first half. It's currently 1-1. He's going to be receiving the second half. And a kickoff event's happened. Kickoff event being a 3, which is timeout. Timeout has to move the clock and gain more time because of the kickoff event that's just happened. So we're now playing 2 turns. He's got 2 turns to find the 2-1 advantage. So that was a 3 in... A 2 in 36. What's that? A 1 in 18? Quite a few unlikely things have happened so far this drive. Ooh. So that's... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's in range. Oh, there's the 7 there. That's what that means, actually. That means that he's 7 squares out of the end zone. At least elves can't throw anymore. Yay! Interesting to see if this witch comes through. Dark Elves best throwing pieces in. Oh, she's dead. Fuck me. Okay. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Is the sound effect that's played. Now this makes this interesting because maybe, just maybe, 1, 2, 3. Maybe we can make this into 3 dice. Let's put you there. Sorry about this stupid knobhead on the motorbike in the background. Oh, you moron. I've stood in my own square. All right, so we've got to go north. Okay. So I've got to go north. So I'm currently 1 short.
My, what a magnificent catastrophe you got there. Is it yours?
So now we can blitz this guy here. Looking for a POW. Finding the POW. Ending move. Ooh. Oh. I was like, ooh. Oh. Probably don't leave you just lying around there, maybe? Maybe? And then foul activation. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah. So the bribe has been deployed there. So we've now used everything. We didn't get a removal there, but we did get rid of the Witch Elf. There's no score this turn. So we now know we're playing into 8 elves. that 3 catches on the 4 fouls? Yes. Fuck. Okay, we just had a warrior knocked out. Please wake up. Yes, it woke up. Okay. Hmm. So the idea about the chevron is to go slightly deeper and try and contain the elves, because there's 8 of them, but he does have 4 blodgers. 4 blodgers! And 3 rerolls. Do we want to change that? No, I think we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Hello, Shepherd. I noticed just by quickly looking over to chat just a moment ago, half an hour ago, Diogon Kem has just subscribed with Prime. Diogon, if you're still here, sorry for being very rude and being caught up in the moment, but thank you very much indeed for the Prime. And did James ever reply, by the way? I did try and keep an eye on the chat, but welcome to the ignored. Okay, it's a high kick. So it's a high kick, so he gets to move any player that's not under the ball. So it's any of the players that's not the guy with dodge.
So we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
I think this one's under knife edge. I don't think... if I was the Elves in this situation, I think getting a win out of this game would be challenging. Because you're trying to score this... you're trying to score so slowly. Quick, yeah. But I think a draw here is reasonable. Shamba thinks this is going to be a draw. A reasonable assumption. It's not my go, is it? No. Oh, be right back, kids. Is it ironic that Andy is more focused on the BB without fumble graphics? I reckon there's a 0.1 chance that it's JC Daka. I don't know what he's doing here, actually. Because for an anti-blitz setup, I think that player would be here and the Witch Elf would be here, so that you're forcing the kickoff event to be a wide kickoff event and me pick on a dodge blitzer. No, he said it'd say in the chat. I don't know if... Can you guys see the chat, the in-game chat? No. He's written, be right back, kids. I think by turn 3 we'll have idea if it's a draw or a Khorne win. There's Dark Elf win. Yeah, would you like a prediction? Let's get a prediction on the go. Full-time score. Andy winning. Andy. There you go. Let's prediction. Predict now. He's put Blitz under the ball. Wow. Who casually catches it. Nice. Shamba reckons he's a visionary. Wait, why has he got 4 rerolls? I thought it's a high kick. How has he got 4 rerolls? 3 and leader. Oh shit, yes, because I said he's got 3 and an Apo, and the leader was benched. Yes, Jesus Christ. Wow. Wow, okay. I'm actually yet to see I think he 2-turns this. I don't think he does, because if he was going to 2-turn it, he wouldn't have put he'd have put the leader on the ball. This is a back off. That's what this is. This is I'm playing for a draw. Well, I'm playing for a late score win. That's what this is. It's not a standard Dark Elf build workout rules. I've literally never seen it before. $2265 is the final rule for the World Cup. Fuck me. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, this is not a passive play. Okay. This is not a passive play, everyone. Repeat, this is not a passive play. Is it better to roll 3 blitzes, 3 rolls, or 4 blitzes, 2 rerolls? Well, I think a good roster now is to run 1 assassin. And what's really interesting, I think, about Dark Elves is that nobody has sort of cracked the meta yet in terms said, this is the Dark Elf roster. There's about 4 you could actually play. All right, which one of these are you blitzing? Dodge saves. All right, let's have some agency around the back. Let's not let you run wherever you want. At least make it like you have to think about it first. Big guy's going to do the blitz. Is there ever a reason where I go down the back? No. You can go there. So the big guy's going to do the blitz. I'm actually pondering whether to blitz. Blitz here. Interestingly. Whoops, no. Guard could go there. Right, blitz. Ooh, spicy.
Found out recently that koi fish have different roles within the group. Scientists designated them different letters and observed their behavior. Found that when attacked, kois A, B and C would flee and leave behind the decoy.
Oh, that's terrible. That's actually terrible. Oh, no, that is terrible. Oh, that is actually terrible. Oh, that is so good, but it's so bad. I love it. That is, yeah. Could we have a week where anyone who subscribes, could you please paste a joke as the sub alert, and then we'll go with whoever gets the best joke at the end can have a free player on a team. I think that would be very fun. Oh. Someone has pieced out. See, I thought he would have gone. I thought he would have gone sideways and then run that way. Okay, dodge works.
My joke? Andy claims that he is an elf coach.
Not bad. Oh, team reroll time. Team reroll again. That's 2 rerolls. Oh, delicious. Mwah. That was going to be a dirty foul as well. All right. Whoops. Move activation, go and stand there. I don't want him throwing the ball to that elf and that elf doing anything. I really don't want that to happen. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can blitz there. We actually have to blitz that, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna blitz the line elf because it keeps you going. And move. You can't reach. Show hands goes there. There. Right, big guy's going to do the blitz on the line elf. You know what? I want to see if that blitz works first. It did, and it didn't. keep him central. Hello, Dazza. We'll keep you. We'll keep you connected, I think, actually. We'll go for it from you. Super tempted to not make... Well, I'd like to make some go for it, but I think we just want you standing up, I think. Turn. That's too far forward. It should be back one. One reroll left for the Dark Elves. One left. His dodging has been fucking atrocious. Wait, do you guys not like my haircut? It hasn't broken armor yet, that beast. Who did it? Megatron? Oh, fuck off. Yeah, it should have been one further back, because then what you end up with is the ability to put pressure on.
Did the barber paint the gray on too?
Captain Hilarity over there. Right. So we've managed to do a little bit of what we wanted. How do we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1? So you need to go there. We've got to be really bloody careful we don't overcommit this. Because that's what happens here, right? You end up with a monstrous overcommitment. Okay, you go there to mark that space. The big guy needs to blitz into the leader. We can get something into there, and that actually means that that's a key square. So long as the big guy does the blitz, we're fine. So actually, I think I need to know the answer to that question now. Hey, got one. Right, so we know the big guy has committed. Do we go there? Do we go there? God, there is really nice, because how would I solve this? I've currently got an empty square to dodge out into here, right? So I'm probably going to try and solve it by doing something clever there. Could have done with a guard there. One dice, one dice. All right. We could have protected that if we'd have put the guard in here. So the ball goes into one of these squares. And then you try and dodge this line elf out on a 4. Ah, that's nice. Well done. Well done, PC. Nice, 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 nice. Right, big guy to blitz again. Maybe? Let's get you around the front. Let's definitely get you around the front. Move activation. You go there. Then we'll blitz with the other big strength 4. They go north. Oh, fuck. Ah, no. I can't blitz from there. Oh, that's the first proper mistake I've made. Bollocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I said it's the first mistake. I've probably made more. Right, we're going to have to go with a big guy blitz then. Have to go with a big guy blitz. One, two, three, four, 5. Hang on. If I put you in there, you're not going to break through that gap, are you? So yes, you could surf the guard. Yes, that would be annoying. But you're not going to. Put you there. Or even there. Turn. Wow. Ooh. And he made the pro move of banging on all men's. Why, thank you very much. It is a pro move. Oh, that's cute and annoying. There's 3+ for 2D. 3+ for 2D. Right. I don't want that going anywhere obnoxious. All that. So that's less likely to want to roll forwards now. Okay. It's down. I think we might just be able to trap him. Yeah, I think we might just be able to get the trap in here. Go for it. We put one guard in there. I need to know whether we're getting the blitz off again then. So, move activation. No. For oodles of tackle zones. That's a block. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, that's dead then. Need to go for it from the guard to stand there. Oh. Right, so a foul activation here is pretty fucking good, isn't it? Because, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. So I can get to there. I can only get to there. That doesn't fix anything. Although that double go for it, I suppose that double go for it does fix quite a lot, doesn't it? Because the guard is the weak point of all of this. The guard is the weak point. So I'm looking here and going 3
Who
plus
is
blitz
this
2
poor
dice.
elf coach getting banged out by the Lord of Bash?
Okay. Hello, Black Swan. Thank you very much indeed for the sub. 33 wonderful, glorious, spectacular, sparkly, delightful, juicy, tasty. Months. Yeah, his single dice dodging's been atrocious. His 3 plus 2 plus action on point. Let's limit where that can go. So I'm going to blitz with a big guy again. Let's get you off the floor. And move with you. There isn't enough of an angle of dangle to get around the back. Big guy to blitz. Big guy to blitz. Wow, all the pals. All of the pals. So, all the pals. So we've currently got, he's got an angle of attack to get out there. So we can shut that down by standing there. Or even just going there, to be honest. That can go there, that can go there. What does that do for me? That forces him to go south. That stands up that blitz is. He's on 1 reroll. Is there any way I can get... No. Very tempted to stand there. This is my turn 6. I'm going to get 2 turns left. Play defensively. Fucking thing's still alive. He's going to throw it. Last reroll gone. Last reroll has gone. This is huge. 6 plus pass. He's made a double go for it with no rerolls. Blah. Oh, did he not play it? Oh, he did declare the pass. I was like, surely the pass was declared. Well, I can touch it. Oh no. I can touch it. I can double touch it. I think this is a draw. I think he's got the draw. Unless, of course, bullshit happens, right? Fuck. Where is the blitz? The blitz is probably... That's the blitz at the end of the turn, isn't it? I need to have a scoring threat in the game. So that would stop the elf from touching things. I think the elf... Yeah, we'll go there. We'll go there. Guard can go and stand. There. So we now have a scoring threat, which is screened. I'm going to need to go there. So I can go there, there, there. This is a shitload of dice. And we'll go for it from you. Nope. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. It's about 42% to lose. He needs 2+ dodge, 2+ dodge with dodge. So that should work. And then he needs to go for it and a 4+ pickup. No, there's no overtime format. Here it goes. Dodge works. Picks up the ball successfully. Dodges out. And... Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. Not a touchdown because it's fucking dead. Pass activation there. All right. So, handoff activation. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I go there, I can move 5 up pass. With a double go for it, it's a 5 up pass. So pass activation 6. Ah, I snaked. Never mind. Wow. That biker is a prick. Honestly. There we go. Right. That was a game, wasn't it? Wow. Both players could have won it. Neither player did win it. I definitely got lucky in places, for sure. But I also think I got a couple of pieces of bad luck. However, let's hear what Mr. Purple Chest has got to say about that. That was a game. Wow. Hello.
Well, that was fun.
That was bonkers. Oh my god. Jesus. What are your thoughts?
Well, it was a fun game of Blood Bowl, so that's my first thought. Is that was enjoyable.
Yep.
I don't know what you want me to say beyond that. I very nearly managed to get a win despite how. I played quite badly after about turn 3 or 4. I made a couple of mistakes, basing something when I was thinking about what I was doing, and then changing my mind instantly. Things like that, which cost me a piece. And yet, nearly because Elves, I suppose, nearly got away with it. There was a lot of elf bullshit.
Mm.
But I mean, it's the weakness of this build. It's a bit edgy in that if I start losing Elves, I'm in huge trouble.
Yeah, I thought
I started losing Elves.
Yeah, the Khorne did way more removals than I normally get with a Khorne game. So you'd be delighted with that one. However, I think I threw a fair few blocks, so I suppose that a removal is any type of removal I'm okay with.
I've got that up. It was 40 blocks versus 18. So yes, quite a few.
Okay, that's some.
I'm still on the end screen of the client, so.
Right, okay. What do you think about me not going for it to pick the ball up in the first turn?
I thought, hooray, I'm going to go and get that ball, because the ball on the ground is an elf's ball. So I found it very confusing. At that point, I was still thinking, what am I going to say to Andy at the end? So that was one thing I was going to say. I had a little think, should I go for it? But I mean, I've got a 4 reroll build, so I can afford to throw a couple at that.
Yeah.
And if it fails, I can wall up.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's have a go and see where I can bounce it to. I nearly came in the other side on a 1 die on the guard piece, but I decided I quite liked opening up that entire side, so any bounce out that side looked very favourable to me, with the witch push, and then 2 elves there already if the ball came out that side. But unluckily it didn't. But at that point I felt pot committed, so I thought, let's trust the AV8 for a bit and go all in and pull you left and right and centre, and relying on the fact that you'd get the ball, but I should get some kind of shot at it with 3 blodgers and 2 Rogers. And I did, and that time I did get a lucky bounce. So obviously I whipped it away and couldn't in any way stall it, so I got the quick touchdown, which was nice. We liked that. Didn't like much after that.
How much do you think that the fouling impacted the removal level?
I don't know. I mean, I think I got a couple out by fouling, didn't you? One I think I threw the Apo at, or just after I threw the Apo, and then I think there was 1 removal in the other half, and a couple of fouls you could do because you had the bribe cover. I'm not sure hugely because, I mean, had I been in a nice position, I could have got that going too. But the one time I had a piece, I thought, right, I can isolate that one and foul and still have a nice defensive position. Of course, I threw 4 dice or 6 dice at him and didn't get him down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't do much for me. For you, yes, I think it got you a couple of pieces off. But it's the risk I run with this build is if I come up against something that's good at fouling, I've got to be incredibly careful, and I perhaps didn't adjust to that quick enough.
Yeah. Question that came up at the start was, they asked me whether or not I would have put the blitzers on the line, or are you happy with the linemen?
Yeah, I do against some people. I wouldn't against you. As I think how I'd answer that. I often do put the 3 blodgers on the line, particularly if I'm against someone who sits down and says they're really looking forward to playing a team they've just painted. I mean, sorry, but that's the truth. You know, whereas I expect you, particularly with a frenzy build, to get so many hits on that LOS if I put high value pieces there that I'm very likely to lose one.
Yeah.
So whilst I would normally consider putting the 3 blodgers up there, I wouldn't.
You didn't in this case. Yeah, I
would
agree.
in this case against you.
Yeah.
So that's responding to the coach rather than the situation.
I said something very, very similar to chat. I was like, if he wants to put them on there, I will absolutely try and murder one of them. And the blitzers are the engine room of that team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you saw in the second half, while I've got the blitzers, I've still got a decent chance.
Yeah.
And it's also why I carry 2 Rog Witches, is because I'm not super careful with them, you may have noticed. And hence, I've usually got 1 left that I can try and do something with. Whereas if I've got a block on a Rog Witch, I've got to be super careful with the wrestle one because it's the answer I've got to blodge pieces and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I tried to play into what this build seems to do well, which is, very aggressive openings whilst I've got all the toys. And then stay alive and try and get past in my drive somehow.
Yeah, I've got it up on the game here.
Yeah, I'm there. As well as I've got the end screen up on my one screen. I've got your stream up on the other, so I can see it. But I'm watching at their pace, obviously, so I'm a little bit behind.
Well, on Discord, I'm actually sharing screen, so you can see it at the same speed I'm seeing it.
So that bounce I felt was a little unlucky. There were some very nice places for it to go for me, where I could have put much more pressure on the backfield. But at this point, obviously, I had to come in from the side, which isn't as good for me and puts me at a lot more risk.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that's 1-0 to me for luckiness, I think. There was because lucky for me doesn't really change a lot. Lucky for you is devastating for me. So
yeah, I've only get lucky once. At this point when I'm trying this.
Yeah.
So here we put as much blodge and rog in around it as possible because those are the pieces we actually want up next turn to do things with. And then just try and hold the pieces that can come back and mess that up where feasible. Whilst also giving you a couple of frenzy possibilities. You won't want to take too early in the turn and things.
Yeah.
But with so much block on your big, scary frenzy pieces, I mean, you are built for a lot of high damage. And it does, I mean, like playing Slan, it changes how you think about every position. Because when you're moved, you're likely to be moved twice if that's in, the mover's favour. So it does cause a lot of thinky problems, that's for sure.
Yeah, this turn was a real thinker. There was the next action after this one where I throw the block. I decide not to follow up, so I'm still using a tackle zone, and then I blitz to pick the ball up. The next action's going to be the foul on the guy down near the big guy, because then I can stand there and I'm fine. All I need to do is clear this 1-81. It won't be a 1-81, will it?
Well, I mean, you say that because you've put the guard behind the ball. It's not easy to get an opening here that's going to be 2 die. So in the end, I decided not to bother because there's going to be just too much effort involved and it's too much risk to do so. Whereas it's very easy to get some dice against. So I figure that's probably going to be good enough this time.
Yep.
Block versus no block. It's about 1 in 4 that I get a POW, and if not, I'm pushing you somewhere you probably don't want to be.
Yep. Yeah.
I might even have re-rolled that on a 1 in 4 because, of course, then it's quite nicely in my favour. And the bounce out possibilities looked good. I had a blodge elf there to get it away, though no cover, because again, to get at a ball that's even in half a cage, you have to commit so much that you don't end up with much to use afterwards.
Yeah.
And of course, I've already lost 1 elf to KO, so I'm already a little short otherwise.
Yeah, I was looking at this thinking, I wonder if we can now try and just chip a couple of elves. I think you're probably going to score. If we can get rid of 1 or 2 here, I stand a really good chance of making it 1-1.5, because you're going to end up scoring quickly, which is why that move there comes round. That's just, you're going to score, hurry the fuck up and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite surprised you threw that reroll just to get some contact on a blodger, but it does give you the shot.
Yeah, because if I find a POW here, maybe I don't go 1-0 down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe. I ended up throwing both rerolls on that, which was expensive.
Yes, they never really paid off for me, unfortunately. I mean, you played a really nice drive back after this one. Really not taking those risks that the lack of rerolls would have hoped to have exploited. So here we're just touching up in case of the fail and doing the 1-die blitz out. We just need a push, so it's a 3+.
Yep.
But yeah, no hope of stalling that, really.
One of the things I noticed in the first half was your naked dodging was atrocious.
Yeah.
Your 3+ dodging out was fine.
Was fine, wasn't it? Yeah, my 1 in 9s were on point. It was my 2+s that were failing me left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't want to do those dodges early in the turn if you can avoid it, but sometimes you have to rely on them. But you try and put them in the turmoil where a fail isn't that desperate. But yeah, my 2+s were not doing what I wanted this game. But it was still fun. I mean, it was challenging all the way through, and that's what you want from Blood Bowl.
Not a lot happens in this turn other than me thinking, well, if we drop it, we're in major trouble.
Well, this time you actually stabilise, which I was surprised by. I thought you might just have another little party around the ball and see what I did about it. No, I mean, it fell in a kinder position, which was easy to stabilise without any risk if it didn't pick up and things like that. So it was understandable. And that turn before where you didn't pick it up, I mean, I hated it. I never want the ball on the ground against Elves, but I did sort of understand it.
It's the 2 reroll build with Khorne is the problem.
Yeah,
I cannot afford to spend a reroll in the first 2 or 3 turns normally.
Whereas I've got 4, so I really can.
Yeah. Big guy was good here.
Yeah.
He finds a POW.
He was pretty good all game, and I felt a lot of POWs were found. But that's Blood Bowl. It happens.
When I finish my turn here, there's an interesting play which I don't know if you saw it and turned it down, or for some other reason. Let's see, because I felt there was dice on the ball here.
I mean, yes.
Contrived dice, right? They're not super sense.
I mean, the level of. I mean, I know the chance you're talking about. Unfortunately, yeah. Firstly, you do position one piece in a point where you just think, oh, it's now going to be just too much bother. This one.
So I'm just going to pause it here. I was looking at whether or not you were going to make a T-shape from behind and blitz from here, pushing into here, into the Witch Elf. If you fill in the square here, Witch Elf
the Witch goes in next to the ball.
Yeah.
As long as you do it with the other Witch, but you do need double pushes. So you need to re-roll anything that isn't the push on the first one. It commits absolutely everyone. It bases absolutely everyone. I'm already down 3 Elves. Whereas I do still think I've got a reasonable chance of walling you off, which I think I managed to live to. So had we been at 0-0 here, and I had, say, 2 more Elves, so I could put some sort of defense up as well as try it, then yeah, absolutely, I don't mind that shot. I don't mind with a wrestle Witch going in on negative dice. Yeah. I mean, that's what they're built to do. So, yes. And I do love a convoluted chain to get a half chance on the ball, which I believe you also quite like. So this is the turn where I moved that elf first, the only one that's now in contact. And I shouldn't have done. And he should be over, covering some of this, and certainly not in contact. So it allows you to slip out the other side. One more elf closes this position up much better. It means I can use the Witch to second him as well, rather than dropping her back as I did. So it ends up 2 pieces could have been over that side, blocking that side piece. And of course he gets removed. So I get double punished for it, which is fair enough because it was a terrible, terrible move. But on tabletop, of course, you do that move and then you realize it's terrible and you say, oh, I don't mean it. And you move it back and it's fine because you haven't rolled any dice.
Yeah.
So on tabletop, I don't do that move, but it was awful. And yet still, because Elves, that's not an easy position for you. There's only 2 ways to go and both of them are pretty gnarly. This POW annoyed me because without this POW, it's even stronger for me, but it's still, a nice position for me. You're still going to be dangerous on that Witch in some way to find any space at all. And I've still got plenty of Elves that you can't, deal with well enough that I'm going to have some sort of agency.
I should have the guard guy behind the ball here should have been a go for it.
Yeah.
And it breaks armor as well if I made it, but never mind. We got fairly lucky here, I think.
So yeah, I didn't love that one either, that catch. But hey, you know, I mean, when you bounce balls, you take the chance it can land anywhere, and on a 6, anyone catches it. And there, it's only a 5, isn't it? So it's a 1 in 3. But yes, a lot of those balls are much better for me. A lot of bounce places on that one are much better for me. Out of bounds, for example, I did still have a couple of elves. And then you cut a nice way through. But again, with no rerolls, there was a fair amount of blocking there, not all of it with block. So I did feel that was a little unlucky to be 1-1 at the half. And then I didn't set up. I thought we were in the second half. So, you know, things going on around the house. So I wasn't set up for a 1 turn or a riot. So when the riot came, I try and take advantage of it, and a witch dies, because only bad things should happen when you have made, again, a mistake.
On this point, I wondered if you were going to do. You see the elves at the top of the screen. Would anyone have considered just making a casual 4+ through? I know the 3+ fails, but one more makes a big difference here.
I mean, another thing I could have done if it was just turn 8 and I'd set up badly like that is I call the PW play, which is exactly that. You mark the piece in front of the guard beast, and then you put an assist on the sideline, and you dodge through with the witch into the pocket behind the guard, and then you surf it, hoping obviously for a removal, so it's not there for the second half. Pete had a lovely on fumble in mages and things, had an AG5 witch he used to do that with, which was obviously lovely. And then I think eventually he got its legend skill was leap, which just of course made it child's play to do that.
Jesus.
So yeah, I mean, I do like that move, and it's one I would consider on turn 8, but I was trying to recover from the fact I hadn't realised it was turn 8 and then got a riot. So then, of course, I've got an elf through that you can foul and a witch that died on a 1 in 9. So yeah, things just got bleaker. So again, another mistake fully punished. So I go into the second half with 2 mistakes fully punished. But I mean, as they should be, because that's how you learn not to make them. So here I'm faking an attack up this side. I've no intention of going through, but I need to split your forces before I get overwhelmed. So 1 elf through is the sacrifice to do that. I'm pretty confident you'll get a wall up in front of me, but if you don't, I might still push down that flank. Obviously, you build a lovely wall. There's no way down that flank now. So we come back the other side. I mean, I need to get a 1-die power on the guard piece to get anything through at all. So yeah, no point. So I'm not a big lover of the Daka against Khorne. Because they can come forward in good order, and with a lot of strength and frenzy, they can really mess you up when they get there, and it's a very strong wall to try and push through. So I prefer a more rolling defense, try to look for a stun or anything like that you can take advantage of, but I never got any traction here. I just keep losing elves.
Yeah, I felt here that I was like, I don't think you're going to throw it and do something crazy here, but and maybe he just falls over and hurts himself, maybe. But I've got to commit a couple of players. I'm a players up, so I can afford to commit people in the backfield and still put enough to pressure you. And I was trying to have players at the front. If there's empty space in the middle between the 2 sets of players, I was trying to dominate that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it as a defence, but still that 1 elf forwards means I've pulled 4 Khorne off the ball area, which means whilst you can obviously dominate me, you can't smother me. So I'm still finding usually little ways out, but again, there's another elf gone, and they're going left, right, and centre. And there's usually 1 or 2 that need at least a 3+ to get out. Yeah, so here, for example, you've still left me a 2+ to get a 1 die to get out, which is pretty good for me.
That was a mistake. That last move here, this guy should have been stood between the 2 big guys, and I think if you go and stand there, this gets a lot spicier.
Then all I can do is pull out straight backwards, and the ball's got to come out on a 1 in 9. So that's rough. But here you've given me a 2+ to a 1 die with wrestle, which is going to give me a nice safe pocket to run to.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Feasibly, I could have come out onto the guard goat, whatever it is, but yeah. And there's just enough space with a couple of dodges, 1 in 36s, to form a reasonably nice screen. When that one drops back in, that 4+, 2+ would have really fucking helped. But you've got to let them go, particularly as I'd lost a lot of rerolls already at this point.
Yeah, you're down to 1 at this point.
Yep. So you've got to trust what you do have, which is, of course, all the dodge I've got. And that stun's brutal because I can't try a late dodge out to get ahead of the screen. So again, I can't go up this side anymore, even if I take... because the guard, he's there in this position. Just pause for a sec. This position, if I go forwards, all I need is a 1 die on the guard goat, and then I've got a 3+2+3, which isn't horrific at this point for me.
Yeah.
But if then on a 3-2 the other blitzer could join it, then it actually looks vaguely viable to get, all 4 through. But as that one's stunned, it's just no chance at all. There's no goodness in there. So again, we've got to pull back and try the other way and hope we find a better position to try and push forward from. If not, the draw's not the end of the world, considering how the casualties have gone at this point, I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think if we were sat, team talk, how's this going? I'd be the one thinking, I can find a win here. Like I'd be saying to my guys, there's a chance. I mean, there's a chance I'll lose it, but maybe. Whereas you're probably going, we don't need me to win, right?
Well, I mean, I would say to the captain, if you need me to win, let me know, because I'm going to have to pull something a bit silly and risky. But if a draw it does, then I can probably try and nail the draw. Although at this point, when we drop to 5, that's starting to look, difficult to do.
Yeah.
But at 7 and at 6, I was fairly confident I could find a space and just keep hold of it on enough blodgers that it was probably going to be okay. But at this point, we're starting to do 1 in 9s just to get any kind of screen, and we haven't got anything up forwards. So this blodger having a 3+ blitz out was lovely for me. Because again, it's just enough distraction that you've got to put something up that way a bit.
So
and sure enough, it's another one up ahead of the ball.
I don't think I respect the throw play here.
No.
So this turn was a mistake. I think that, I think I've got to go and probably put a 3rd player on the blodgy player, or I've got to go and stick something so you can't easily throw it.
In the sort of position I want to throw it from, or in the sort of position I want to get it towards with the blodgy player on the player pull. I was a bit surprised to be left this play. In the end, the piece that comes to midfield I didn't think was quite as useful. And here I think you spot it. So you try and drop into my throwing area. And then I thought there was a pause which doesn't show on the replay before that final move with the goat. And had you left me the 2+ off with that dark elf to mark the strength 4, I think I probably would have taken it.
Yeah.
So moving him forwards rather than towards the ball, I thought was really key to defending this. I went for this 1 die because it gave me the easier throw, and of course it wasn't the the 2+ I needed it to be. So we had to throw the reroll at it, which meant instead of going for the 6, which would have been the original intention, I went for the 5. But I still quite liked where it landed. That felt all right to me.
Yeah.
And suddenly we feel we've got half a chance from probably the only play that I felt had any chance of getting us anywhere. So I pulled it off.
Yeah, I got lucky here. I think that's double go for it from you, double go for it from you, double go for it from you.
Yeah.
And then it was an attempted double go for it, and I made the 1st and failed the 2nd.
So you've made 6, and that's 7, and then 8 fails. Yeah.
The 8th one is the fail.
8th one is the no. But interestingly, you had 2 rerolls and you kept it back there, didn't you? You didn't feel that was worth.
I had 1. Oh yes, I did have 2 left. Yeah. No, you're right. I did have 2 left.
And then I made the 4+, but failed the 2+ over the line. So.
Yeah, the 2 rerolls I think was probably worth going for the throwing play, because if you're going to win it, you're going to probably need both at that point.
Yeah. I think you're right.
So it was a cracking game. This team, I keep playing games out to draws. So 1-1 and 2-2 have been my favourite scorelines. I think I've won 1, and everything else has been a draw.
Well, I mean, I've been ridiculously lucky with Dark Elves on tabletop in the last sort of couple of years. And it just seems this kind of build for me keeps sort of doing okay. And even when they completely get destroyed, as they were there, and it all looks incredibly bleak, some sort of elf bullshit usually occurs, and it sort of works out okay. So I think how that game went and how I felt the dice went, I think 1-1 is all right. I slightly feel I got away with it, but I also feel slightly robbed. So that's probably that's a fun way to walk away from a Blood Bowl game, isn't it? Where you've had a lot of fun, every turn's had something in it and was active, None of this, let's just run away and wait for 6 turns. And
Yeah.
you feel both, well, there were some moments where it really could have gone and should have gone, and also some moments when, my God, I got lucky. So that kind of feels like it was all fine.
Yeah, I think at that point it is a draw is reasonable for exactly that. Either of us could have won it. It ended in a draw.
Yeah.
So yeah. Breakmonk says, Andy, can you look at that connection turn? What turn? First or second half? Turn 5 or 6 or second half?
The one where I dropped back and formed the screen with the Dark Elf that was up front. Oh no, when he bases up. Okay, when you base up.
How do you make this go backwards? Right.
There's a button that says backwards.
There we go. Right. That turn? Can't be that turn. No, that's too far forward. Maybe it's this one. No.
Well, I mean, okay, so I've been deliberately not looking at what chat's been saying. I've been watching the Andy cast on that screen. So I've just flipped over to chat. So what did you think? Did you enjoy it? Did you think, I mean, because I Khorne one of those teams I've not figured I've worked out yet. Did I make huge mistakes?
So no, I don't think you did. I think that the whole game was a real challenge, and the summary I'd say is either of us could have got slightly better outcomes in various different places, which would have sent the game spinning off into various different formats. But it didn't do that, and what we got was a good game. Playing it through, I felt the big guy didn't perform particularly well in terms of removals. When I look back, I think he scores 2 removals, and he's not done a stupid all game, and he hasn't turned over all game.
I thought he did quite well. So
yeah, yes.
But again, that's perspective, isn't it? It's, you know, from where you stand, how big are things? It depends how near them you are.
Yes. I think it was a really good game. I think that Hancock said in chat, it scrolled off the screen quite a long way now. He said that maybe I could have put some rerolls into go for it's into making things a bit harder for you. And I think that's probably an element of spotting here. I've got 2 rerolls. Players just got knocked out. If I make that reroll, suddenly the Witch and the Blitzer are a lot more hemmed in here. So I like this solve, except for I should have just rerolled that block. Because I'm okay with you doing a 1 in 9 as your opening move to 1 dice my dude, which is a 1 in 9, 1 in 9. Like, yeah, okay, you do that. Yeah. That's fine. With the ball being in utter peril. So, like, yeah, at this point, I should have just rerolled that thing. And I should have also been thinking about, and this has caught me out a couple of times, where people have managed to get draws off me because they've done exactly what you ended up doing, which is knobbing around for ages, throwing the ball at the field, and Khorne going, oh, fuck, we don't even have a thrower. Like they just don't, and they're not fast enough to fix it. So I need to put the sure hands further back. I think instead of him being in this position here, he's in halfway line. I like that. Maybe he needs to be swapped with one of the frenzy guys and runs backwards. And yeah, I think that's the better move.
I mean, I thought your rear cover was pretty good, considering that passing really isn't much of a thing. I mean, that was a tough throw I managed to pull off. I should have kept the reroll for it. I shouldn't have done that. That push on that guy, I was greedy looking for that space on a 2+. But I'm always greedy. It's one of my failures. Hence, I'm found lazy. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the game, but it didn't teach me how I'm going to beat Khorne, which I still don't know how to do. Breakmonker says, can we go back one more turn?
Sure.
I really like your build. Yeah. I mean, it's very high damage. I mean, those block pieces are an absolute nightmare. It's why, quietly, Jimmy Fantastic's entirely wrong. This is not the Dorf rule set. I don't think it will be if redrafting ever comes in whichever format people that listen to this are playing. Because for one season they'll redraft great, and then they'll lose their guard wall. You can't redraft an entire team with the rising costs. What you can redraft is 1 or 2 star players and a bunch of filler that you fill in every season around them. And that says to me things like Rats and Elves will do well out of, say, 3 or 4 seasons, whereas Dwarfs will be quite powerful season 2, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Going wide is not redraft. Going tall is redraft.
And even in NAF style, the reason Dwarfs did quite well when the Death Roller was allowed a bribe and people also let them put sneaky git on it because that was incredibly broken. But that's all been stopped now, and the reason they're not doing as well in NAF is because there's so many strong teams now. We've grown the number of strength 4 based teams hugely in this rule set. The ones that have been added in, I mean, Imperial Nobility don't have any strength 4, but they are very anti-Dwarf with all of their stand firm, and they get lots of guard as well in NAF rule sets, and fend, and that doesn't help Dwarfs move forwards as they hit them. But then we've got Black Orcs are new; they've got 6 strength 4.
Usually with guard as well, right? That's the skill
Amazon,
that they
yeah,
pick.
absolutely. Amazons now have 2 strength 4, which are really tough with defensive for Dwarfs to take down because their guard doesn't work in hitting them.
Yep, and they have guard typically if you've skilled them properly.
Yeah, Snotlings, of course, don't do very well against Dwarfs, but they do have 2 Trolls and 2 Pump Wagons. There's just a massive growth in the amount of strong teams around. And of course, Khorne, who have, which is the reason I said that, have 4 strength 4 as well. And Orcs have lost some of their slowness. They're now faster than Dwarfs. So Dwarfs are really not doing as well. But I mean, where they're interesting and where we're talking about when we had that whole podcast about it is if you look at the stats, Dwarfs are pretty good against the teams that otherwise are doing really well. So against Underworld and Skaven and the Elves. But they're terrible against the other Bash teams, so just ripping them apart. I mean, Khorne against Dwarfs is a slaughter usually, unless the Khorne isn't very smart and just falls into guard traps the whole time. Just the amount of strength they've got just overwhelms them. And you can move Dwarfs around, and Dwarfs need to control the position. So Dwarfs are having a tougher time than people thought. They're not in trouble. I mean, they're still doing sort of, 8th to 10th in most stats. But
Well, that's actually where you want to balance things into.
yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying they're not as dominant as some people think.
I think.
Whereas Dark Elves are. They're very good in this rule set.
Yeah.
Which is why they're the number 1 race going to the World Cup. So, but I don't think many people will play them like this. I think you'll find more people will have 1 wrestle and 1 block witch, and probably 12 elves.
Yep. Yeah. 12 is common now. Or you go 11, and you've got the double assassin build.
Yeah,
that's also an interesting.
Yeah, assassins are very popular at the moment. I love assassins against the Snotlings, the ogres of this world. I mean, they chunk through Snotlings and goblins and Noblars.
Yep.
But they're pretty rubbish still against most other things.
Yeah, I love it. When someone sits down and says, I've got Dark Elves with an assassin, I'm like, fucking brilliant. That's going to die.
Yeah, you shouldn't be worried about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is going to die. The thrower for you, the leader thrower, is an interesting pick. Do you mind revealing whether this is your actual World Cup roster or is this just an approximation?
No, this is my actual World Cup roster.
It is. Because the leader on the thrower, I thought, was an interesting choice, giving you the 4 rerolls to I guess, really do some high-value pressure plays.
It's also the build that got me 5-1-0 and 3rd place at the NAFC this year.
Oh, it's the same build, right? Okay.
Same build.
Wow.
So
that's interesting.
I'm used to coaching it. I've done some coaching of it. I mean, in other tabletops, I've played some Dark Elves over the last couple of years with other builds, of course. But this one I quite like. And we're going as a team to the World Cup, but we've agreed we're not trying hard. We go for the experience and the fun. So we're not looking for. If I was more interested in team points, I think a 12 elf build is more solid to guarantee that you can get at least a draw. I think this team is more vulnerable to it all going horribly wrong. But it's also probably more likely to still give me fun things to do in the second half, no matter what's happened.
Yeah.
Which, as we're just going to go and have some fun, no one's going to care if I'm winning or losing much. So, yeah, that appealed to me.
I'd say, I think Breakmunker did a stat. We were looking at if you were the top 6 players in the world, and imagine putting them just on the same team, irrespective of whether they liked each other, the top 6 players all went and played the World Cup. What would their chance of winning the World Cup be, statistically speaking?
Because you've also removed them from other teams.
Yes, you have. And now there was a couple of stats. First of all, somewhere I found a stat where if you are a really, really good player and you play against someone bad, your chance of winning is 98%.
Wow.
If, however, you're a really, 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 really good player and you play against another incredibly strong player, lo and behold, the chance is more like 55%, 50%. Yeah. It's really tight. And it comes down to things like racial build and luck in the game and all that sort of fun stuff.
Yes.
So you can say that the first game, you're actually going to play against bloody anybody. Well, the chance of hitting a really good team in game one when there's 2,200 people going is negligible. Right? If you draw the French team or the Swiss team in round one, you can consider yourself quad skull into quad skull, right? It's just not a thing.
It's Chimera, isn't it? Who's a couple of Swiss and then 4 brilliant players from the rest of the world, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I think it's 2,277 or 72 or something, wasn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, nearly 2,300 people. I don't think even the best 6 in the world, I wouldn't give them more than a 1 in 10 shot. There's so much luck involved. Though over 9 games, some of that can equalise out a bit, can't it?
Let me see if he wrote the number message down. Here we go. Right, so if you took it and said, right, 98% to win your first round, your second round, you're still probably playing against a bunch of people who are not super strong, 93%, then 87%, and you go down all the way down to 50%, which is coin flip in the last round. That takes you to 7.8% for the best 6 players in the world to go 9-0. So even if you win...
Andy, I've got to tell you, my 10% guess, I am shirt coptering at this exact moment. I'm considering that a win. I'm taking that as a sign of my great wisdom. I randomly picked a number that's quite near. That's the best 6 players in the world. And we could still argue about who that is.
Yes.
Because just because it's a NAF stat, I'm not sure we'd agree with the top 6 that NAF threw at us.
No, I suspect we wouldn't. I suspect we would both probably have Purple go in there. We'd probably both have K-Foged in there.
Yes. But that's also our English-speaking bias.
Yes. Does Oliver Dulac get in because of his NAF ranking? I mean, he's a fantastically
100%.
Nice guy.
100% he does.
Yeah.
He's done something that, I mean, yes, there's volume involved as well, but is still very difficult to do, and he's the first to have done it. So I think he probably gets a shout, certainly. I'd add Justician for the same reason that he's been at the top. Yeah, it's Olivier, not Oliver, I know. But Hellplate, Andy is, he goes to Nando's and considers that a treat. Let's not look for a middle-class education here. It's not going to be found. So yeah, I'd add Justician because he's got every trophy there is in the world, isn't he? So I think that's another sign of someone that's just incredibly good.
Yes. Yes, I've played him and he is proper talented. He is properly talented. And then after that, you probably are starting to get into opinion. And we've not put anyone in the Spanish team yet. We've not put an Italian in. We've not put any Germans in. And I'm sure we've not put a Swiss in, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's ridiculous of us. So when we talk about the top 5 in the world, I think we instantly want to expand that to 10 and then probably to 20. And then we need to apologise to the 5 to 10 people we've forgotten.
Yes.
It's just impossible to do. And also, we're not comparing apples and oranges. I mean, it's kind of why the NAF rankings are fun but ridiculous, because you get a ranking with one race, comparing it to someone else's ranking with a different race. Or on the Glicko, it might be you're comparing someone that only plays one race to someone that plays 20 races. So any number you get is just ridiculous and silly, and hence it all comes down to subjective opinion. That said, the numbers aren't utterly irrelevant because, if someone's got a NAF rating of up near 300, they're probably quite good, even if it's just with one race.
Yeah.
So interesting, but not definitive is how I always look at. I mean, to be honest, how I look at all numbers, but until someone proves to me how absolutely solid they are, I always have doubt.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. So, well, thank you very much. Any final thoughts?
It's held. He's just asked how often is the NAF World Cup held. It's held every 4 years, I think, isn't it?
Yes, it has been. I think the last 2 have both been 4 years apart.
And maybe
the last 3.
Maybe that's COVID impacted. I don't know. Perhaps the plan is every 2 years because Euro Bowl's every 2 years, isn't it?
No, Euro Bowl's every year.
Every year, right? Okay.
Yeah. I think we got lucky because the World Cup happened. The last one was in Switzerland, and that was in 2019.
Austria.
Yeah, Austria. And that was in 2019. Yeah, same place.
Yes, same place. Hilly bit in the middle of Europe.
Yeah. And so pre-COVID, COVID didn't even a thing. No one even knew about it then. And now we're 4 years later, and COVID isn't a thing. So we're just lucky. And there's
Yes.
been Euro Bowls every year apart from one, which was in Poland. It never happened, which is a shame. So I would have gone
Somewhat
to
like
one.
somewhat like marriages in Vegas.
Yeah. So it's good.
Right, so I'll get out of your hair. You entertaining an American, I believe. Oh no, it's not. It's a Canuck.
Oh, is he Canadian?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Someone from North America. There we go. He's North American. And he's playing Norse. So let's see if he can coach them to the same standard I've just played you at. Let's see.
Right. I'm sorry, I'll play. Yes, I do realise. Yes, he's from the continent of North America, so it's all the same place. Right, I shall disappear and get out of your hair. Yeah, thanks.
Awesome.
That was a really fun game, and it's nice to throw the Dark Elves around, and no, I'm not entirely wasting my time.
No, it was proper. That was a proper challenge. So thank you very much. And maybe we'll bump into each other in the World Cup and play a game. I'm sure we will definitely bump into each other in the World Cup.
Yes, I mean, I'm going to be the person in the shadow of Krista. We had Krista, of course. Mr. Fumble is on Team Fumble, which is a brand I often take to places, which is a collection of people that really don't have a club and aren't in a league or anything. So, like me, they tend to be internet mainly or just unaffiliated. And as well as Squad Chaos, which does the same, I offer a home to such people. And so we're going, me and Krista and a few other people from Fumble and just some people that wanted to come along. And we've already had a message from one of our team, which is Java, a well-known Fumble coach, saying that he's recently been to Spain playing Blood Bowl and met lots of Spanish coaches, all of whom are vowing that Christopher will not have to buy a drink the entire time he's at the World Cup.
Oh, that's awesome.
As Krista doesn't drink, I plan to benefit from that hugely.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's a nice chap, Krista. I do like.
So
him.
yeah, me and he will be bouncing around for a week. We both land the day before, and we're both staying a couple of days afterwards. So Alicante will be Blood Bowl Central. If you see me there and you know who I am, or Krista there, then do, if you're listening to this, come and say hello and buy me a drink. I drink nice bourbon with a tiny dash of Coke in it. Thank you very much. And certainly, I'd love to see you there, Andy. So I'm sure we will.
Oh, absolutely. We definitely will. Yes. So.
All right, I'll get
Right,
out of your hair. Thanks for the game, dude.
No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers now. There we go. Bloody hell, that was hard work. Wow. Whew. Chat, anyone got any thoughts about what they thought about that game? Shame the good streamer has left. Yeah. That kind sir's got claws. Oh, it's Rumbad claws. Oh, very nice. Do you want to leave the game? Yes. Yeah, I thought that was a good watch, good play. Let's put you on there. Oh, that doesn't really help. There you go. You can see the Voyager, not Voyager, Defiant.